what do you want people to say about you at your funeral?
Oh, that's a good question.
Because then it helps you think about what are the qualities that you care about most in who you are.
Yeah.
Right? I would want people to say I was kind and helpful and inspiring.
I'm going to say all that, Sam.
Oh.
I mean, what we're doing with this episode really is just deciding you're going to have kids because, I mean, you're nailing it already.
I'm second guessing my decision to share that. Okay.
By the way, do you know how many people second guess their decision to share everything with me?
I know.
Hi, friends. I am excited to be here with you for another episode of Dear Headspace, a podcast where I sit down with one of our meditation teachers and we answer your questions. Today, our questions are all about back to school and mindful parenting. Now, I'm Robin Hopkins, and I am so excited to have Sam here with me because she is an expert when it comes to kids and mindfulness-based tools.
I think you're doing
Let's
a
ask
great
them
job.
later.
Yeah.
Let's ask them when they're older. So I've got 2 kids at home. We know this. You're a step parent and you have all this amazing experience around kids. So I was thinking, why don't we answer some questions about parenting? Are you up for it?
That sounds great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a step parent. So what's
Yes.
your favorite part about parenting?
Oh, wow. Okay. I just love the moments when I'm thinking about when I told my stepdaughter, not told her, but we had a discussion about emotions.
Yeah.
And she was having a difficult emotion. She has a really hard time talking about them.
Yeah.
And I just kind of started talking about how useful emotions are, why we have them, and how they let us know what's important to us and that we can lean into them and then get the message that they're trying to send us. And then I asked her to imagine the alternative, like if you didn't care and you didn't have emotions, how empty life would be, right?
Ooh, that's good.
Right? So it was a reframe, and she actually was listening. You know, it's those moments when you know that something's sinking in, and it's
When
just
you're like,
you
"I
can
just
see it in their
parented."
eyes. Yes, exactly.
And it worked.
Yes, exactly. Those are the moments I live for. You just feel so accomplished and so. It really, I think it is the beauty, one of the most beautiful parts of being a parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, for me, it's like when I see them out in the world doing something and I see that they're proud or when I can see part of their future. Like we just went on this vacation and we were at this we were at Club Med and I turned around and I saw my daughter with all the other teens and I knew how nervous she was to join because it's like that a lot of them were French and she was very I don't know if they're going to like me. And then she was just turned it into that's not cool versus putting herself in an uncomfortable position. But then she came around, did it, and I turned around and I saw her with this whole group of teens. And it was one of those moments where they're playing some song and trying to get all the audience participation, which is just not my favorite part about Club Med. They're all like, everybody up by the pool.
It's the worst.
And I saw my daughter just jumping up and down and I could see her in college, and I was like, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
It's like when you see them just coming into their own.
Yeah.
And you can see, but I also love when they do that and then they kind of look back at you to see if you saw.
Yes.
Like that. They're just those small moments that get you through all the other stuff.
Exactly.
That's
Those
less
moments
fun.
when they're fully just in the throes of joy or bravery, a brave moment.
Yes. I want my kids to go out in the world and be like, I'm scared. Here I go.
Yes.
That's what I want for them because I know if they have that skill, there'll be nothing that can stop them. And
Exactly.
so anytime I see them overcome that, I'm so proud.
Absolutely.
All right. My next question for you is what is the thing that scares you most about parenting? Or you could say the hardest thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. So full disclosure, I am considering having my own child within the next
How are
year.
you just going to drop that
I
in
know.
here and expect me not to spend the next 45 minutes going, okay, so let's talk?
Yeah, so I can tell you a lot about my fears because that's what's held me back for many years. But when it's interesting because when I think about parenting my stepdaughter, I don't fear much. There's not much. I feel equipped.
Yeah.
I do. I feel really equipped. And I know that if there are mistakes made, I know how to repair the rupture.
Sure.
Right? I have the tools for that. And she's going to be 15 in July. So
Yeah.
teenagers are kind of my, I've worked a lot with them.
Your sweet spot.
Yeah, yeah. But what I fear about children in general is like my own biological children is some of the things I've struggled with and them inheriting that.
Yeah.
And I've struggled with anxiety my whole life that I know I inherited from my biological father, biological mother's side. And I'm like, I can't imagine my child saying some of the things I said to my mom when I was in the throes of despair.
Yeah.
And then them looking at me and saying those things. Like, it would break my heart.
Yeah.
But I've kind of, as I've been thinking about this question and really pondering, I'm like, you know what? I can handle a broken heart.
Yeah. You can handle so much more than you think.
Yeah. And it's part and parcel of living a human life. And it's maybe a little bit greater when you have a child, but that does scare me.
Yeah.
Like, what do you have? I don't know if you've gotten any questions like that from your children that are like existential. Like,
those are my favorite. I love when they ask those questions because I feel like we're having these real conversations, which I love.
Yeah, no, I like existential questions in general, but like, what if they said like, why did you have me? Like that kind of like, I'm suffering so much. Why did you bring me into the world? That is something I said to my mom, you know, and I watched her heart break in front of me. And it's like, what do you say? Now I kind of know what I would say. But
and I think your mom probably did too. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I think two things can happen at once. Your heart can be broken for your child, and you can give them what they need.
Right.
Like both those things can happen. You know.
Yeah.
I come from like alcoholic parents, and I was just like, and I have food issues, and I was like, I do not want my kids to be broken. I do not want. I want to do it perfectly. I want to do it, and absolute full disclosure, I am not doing this all the time because I would never want anyone to take from what I'm about to say that like, oh, she has it perfectly. Why am I not doing it?
Right.
But what I aspire to do with them is to remind myself that this is their journey and that all I can do is be honest about my struggle and be honest about the way that I'm living, in the way that I'm trying to clean my messes up, in the way that I'm trying to like take care of myself and better myself, and hope that whatever I say lands, or whatever I'm doing, like my behaviors land.
Right.
And that they'll do okay. Because my biggest fear is that they're going to be addicts or teen pregnancy.
Right.
Like, I don't want anything to happen that will make their life smaller or less.
Yeah.
And I can't spend my time there because anything I say is going to come from fear versus like, I'm a better parent when I'm just like, yeah, I'm scared of that too. And, you know, let's talk about it. And like, what can we do for you? What's going to help you? And what can we, you know, that's it in a nutshell, I think.
Right. Yeah.
I hope.
It reminded me of moments where I've worked in schools with kindergartners. As one of my favorite things to do, funnily enough, is being like a yard monitor, because then I can catch all those moments where there's bullying about to happen, and I can just run.
Billy, we don't say that in the school.
Exactly. It's so satisfying. Like, I've had full on like mediation sessions with kindergartners. Like, okay, you feel this way. He feels this way. Let's find a way to talk about it, you know? And it just like, I feel like I'm repairing the world or like preventing the inevitable mean harshness of the world. Yeah.
Okay. Last thing, and then we're going to go into our questions. Okay. What's the thing no one told you that you wish you knew?
I feel like I've really hammered in how hard it is to go through the whole journey, you know, from birthing them, being pregnant. And so I feel like I need people to tell me the opposite, because I'm like, it seems brutal. Like, to me, the whole thing just seems brutal.
Like, what if we got a puppy?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I've been saying that for a long time. Yeah. But yeah, I think I know how hard it is, or I have a sense of how hard it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I have so much compassion for parents. And I love working with parents and kids, because my heart automatically opens wide when I'm with them. I'm like, I just want to be here for you. I want to support you. I definitely kind of feel like I know how hard it is.
Well, then I'm gonna say to you, Sam, I am gonna say to you, it will be, if you choose to do it, if it does show up in your life, it will be the greatest thing you've ever done. It will be. And that includes all the things.
Yeah.
And it will be the greatest life teacher. It will be the greatest love. It will be. And I will start singing The Greatest Love of All.
I want to hear
Everybody
that.
sing it with me. The great key change. Greatest Oh, okay. I will not do that. But it will be. It will be the most amazing thing you've ever done. Like in the true definition of the word amazing. I feel like we just solved it. You're having a baby. Guys,
Oh, God.
Sam is pregnant. I wanted to be the first one to share it with y'all.
Ludwig, this isn't true if you're listening.
Can you imagine? He'd be like, oh my God, did she just tell everyone and not me? That would be amazing.
Yeah. No, we'll see. I mean, I'm kind of giving myself this year as a deadline because it's time.
Well, I am available for any and all questions.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be good. Okay. All right. Well, I am now excited that I'd like to get to our questions.
Yes.
Especially since the ones that about back to school and mindful parenting. I mean, this is a really big topic, obviously. And today we have questions about setting boundaries with your kids' friends, dealing with neurotic parents, and also we have a question about never feeling like you're enough. All right, here's a question from Angie.
Hi, this is Angie from Minneapolis, Minnesota. My daughter is 12 and she has a friend at school who is a lot. It's really hard for us to keep boundaries, and my daughter actually would like to spend less time with them. But at the same time, my daughter is very concerned with making sure that she treats her with kindness and is considerate for her feelings. What suggestions do you have for setting boundaries with friends that really my kids don't want to be friends with anymore? Thanks.
That is a very tough question.
It is.
Because your kid's been that kid sometime.
Yeah. Well, I think first and foremost, just honoring their feelings and where they are. Just saying it's okay that you don't want to spend as much time with them. And I can help you figure out how to do that gracefully.
Yeah.
Right. So I think about the public spaces that their child might share with this person, right? Like recess, lunch, and the importance of being kind in those moments, even if you've decided not to spend as much time with them outside of school, but just to treat them with kindness and respect in those public areas, so that you don't start to see those avoidance behaviors or ignoring them or right, like because that can feel like the easier option, like just not acknowledge their existence.
A lot of adults do that, right.
It's
kind of my friend Barb trademarked it, the slow fade. When you don't want to befriend anybody anymore, you just slowly fade them out.
Yeah, I mean,
we all do that.
It's hard. I thought about this today, actually, with a friend. Not really a friend. She thought she was a friend, but then she betrayed my trust, and we never talked about it. And then just 10 years went by, and now she wants to be friends again. So she's inviting me to things, and I just mostly ignore her texts that invite me, but I'll respond to the texts that are about some other things, like with kindness. But I'm like, I don't know if I like the way I'm dealing with that. I would ideally like to just text her or not text, but call her and say, you know what? You betrayed my trust. And so I'm having a hard time trusting you now. Yeah. And I don't really want to enter into a friendship. Yeah. That would be the mature
That's hard to do. So it's like if it's hard for us to do as adults, it's got to be very hard for kids.
Exactly. So it could be helpful to role play too.
I love a good role play.
Isn't it fun? I love role plays.
Me too.
I love role plays.
Of course we do, Sam.
So you play the friend or as the parent, and imagine what you would do. Okay, what feelings are coming up as you see her on the playground? What do you want? What's the urge?
Yeah.
Like, is the urge to run away? Okay, what can we say instead?
Yeah.
Like, oh, good to see you. I'm going to play with so-and-so, or I'm going to go have lunch here. Just communicating what you're doing, which is being polite and kind, but not feeling coerced or like you have to force yourself into hanging out with them. I think what I've done with friendships before, I just thought about this, is saying I need space. Like I'm actually going to need some space from the relationship, or sometimes I'll just say I need space and time to do other things or not hang out.
Yeah.
And it's just something I'm feeling from within, and I don't want you to feel bad about it, even though it might feel really sad for you, and I still care about you.
Yeah.
But just expressing that you need space or time away. And
I wonder if there's a kid way to be like, I'm really overscheduled right now with a lot of after school activities. And I mean, it's a little bit skating up to not being truthful. In that it is lying.
Well, it depends on how old the child is too, right? Like you wouldn't expect a 5-year-old to be able to negotiate that. I think as a parent, you gotta kind of step in because usually you're coordinating those play dates, parent to parent.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they're around 8, 7, 8, 9, then you can have that conversation and start to rehearse ways that feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Or it's maybe not going to ever be comfortable, but maybe a way that you can stomach.
I feel like Oprah used to talk about those little lies that are about taking care of someone else's feelings, and that Oprah used to say those were okay. And so if Oprah told me that, then that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I would wear a "What Would Oprah Do" bracelet if they made them.
I thought about this. It was a Buddhist talk, and it was a time when I think I was telling a lot of white lies to just get out of sticky situations. Yeah. And this Buddhist monk was saying that when we lie to someone, we're making a fool out of them.
Oh, geez.
Right?
Now I can't even do it. Even Oprah said it. Come on, Buddhism.
But how can we do it in a way that's graceful while preserving dignity?
That's
right?
it.
Like we want that person to know and because they have dignity and they have worth and they do matter. So nothing we say should take any of that away from them. And we also need to speak from the truth of our experience.
Yeah.
And that's why I think going back to what I was saying earlier, it's important to have that discussion with your child.
Yeah.
Because then you'll help them figure out what it is that's causing the need to pull back.
Yeah.
And that is useful information.
Yeah. I like what you're saying there because I think the part about what you say is almost a personal decision.
Right.
What are you okay with? I think we're both agreeing that you're going to want to come with compassion and generosity.
Yeah.
And then how you say it or whatever, you're going to, whatever you live with and like feels right to you.
Yeah.
But that other piece of it about having the conversations with the kids is really important and talking about like what you did with that client and talking about what that person might be going through. And that helps with the compassion piece. So like those two things together.
Exactly. And encouraging, I think kids need this more than ever because they're so used to texting everything. Like as much as you can, encouraging an actual face-to-face conversation.
Yeah.
Or a phone call at least, just a voice.
Yeah. So you're not just slow fading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sam, I'll tell you what, if after this you aren't available to me, I will know what's going on. And I will be
always available to
okay,
Robin.
Thank you. And that is what I needed to hear.
I will not make a fool out of you, ever.
Thank you. Thank you. And Angie, thank you so much for your question. That was a really great question.
It was. Great question.
Okay, let's get to our question from Aileen.
With the kids getting back to school soon, I'm mostly worried about how do I not react to the neurotic parents who are wanting to overcommit themselves, overcommit their kids, and the pressures around comparing myself and my kids to that. It's just a place I'm not looking forward to getting back to. I just kind of balanced myself again, and how do I not react to that?
Oh, that's such a good question. It's like the parenting rat race of like keeping up with the Joneses and all of that.
Yeah.
Because that is really hard. Like I live in New York City and all the things I said I wouldn't get bunged up about, like the high school choice and like elementary schools and like cut to me with spreadsheets, paying experts to be like, tell me which school I should send my kid to. It was like I was an insane, and I said I was not going to do that.
Right.
And then the back and forth of like, okay, no, I'm not doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Well, I think as I was listening to you, I'm just thinking, yeah, of course. Of course you want the best for your child. You want to, and we're wired to look and see what others are doing. I mean, that is the advice that we trust the most.
Yes.
Is looking and seeing what you're actually doing, right? If someone's giving you advice, you're like, okay, that's well and good. But if you see where they're putting their child, what they're investing in, that's the thing you're going to trust.
Yeah.
So just to say that's coming from, that behavior is coming from a place of love and care.
It's natural.
You want to optimize. You want to make sure you're doing your best because you have a limited time frame, and that early childhood education is really, really important.
Yeah.
So, yeah, of course. That's
we
the
don't want to
answer.
break our kids. So go ahead. So Aileen, what we heard was just be as crazy as possible and just befriend all of them. Good luck. Thanks for calling.
To a certain
Can you
extent.
imagine? Can you imagine? Aileen, we're just kidding. Don't do that.
No, there's more. We'll say more. But so when you notice your mind starting to do that, because I heard you say that you're not looking forward to the start of the school year because all that starts up in you again. It's like an engine that revs up and we're like, oh God, now what do I do with all this stress? It's an added stress. So when we're meditating, for example, we notice, we try to greet each thought the same. The most stressful thoughts and the most mundane thoughts, right?
Yeah.
So when you notice your mind comparing, you can label it comparing. Oh, that's my mind comparing again. Okay. And to do it with a sense of kindness and from that place of compassion, knowing that, like what I said just now, that it's coming from a place of care. Just to say, okay, there's the comparing mind. There it is. And what that does is it prevents it from spiraling out of control. And it prevents you from taking action that's just frantic. And then if something comes up over and over, well, then write it down, journal about it and say, okay, I really want her to learn how to ride a horse. I don't know why. It just seems important to me. And that brings me to something I did at a family retreat that I think is really a beautiful practice to do as a family, to give you kind of a compass for your family. And that's creating a family mission statement.
Ooh.
Which is a collection of values that you have, right? So let everyone go around the table, and you can even print out lists of value words.
Yeah.
And come up with a mission plan, a mission statement as a family.
Yeah.
And then talk about how you can take action that aligns with those values. And that'll keep you coming back to that North Star, like, this is what we're about. This is what we're about. And it can change, right? As you get older, as your priorities change, your values might change. So that's okay. But it gives you a roadmap so that when you feel that confusion or that comparison start to happen, you can go, okay, horseback riding. How does that tie into our values?
Yeah. Am I doing it because Linda's family is horseback riding, or is it because it's something that I want for my kid and X, Y, and Z is the reason?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
That's great.
And then everyone can create their own individual mission statement too.
Yeah.
Right? So you have one as a family. What are our collective values, or where do they overlap? But what are our individual values? And then your child will have that list to come back to, or that statement. And you can do it with art. If your children are young, you can have them draw about their values and paint and put it up on the walls so that you see it and you come back to it.
Yeah.
And that gives us this deep sense of confidence in who we are or who we're becoming.
That's so fantastic.
Yeah. If you Google it, and I'm forgetting the name, Stephen Covey, the family that wrote 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. There's a guided process that, like, these questions that guide you into identifying your values and helping you craft a personal mission statement. And they're great. They're really, even just standalone, the questions you can use as like dinner table conversation and take it at your own pace. They're great. It's like, one of them was like, what do you want people to say about you at your funeral?
Yeah. Oh, that's
a good one. Because then it helps you think about what are the qualities that you care about most in who you are.
Yeah.
Right? I would want people to say I was kind and helpful and inspiring. Right? And then
You're going to say all that, Sam.
Oh.
They are. Oh, I mean, what we're doing with this episode really is just deciding you're going to have kids, because, I mean, you're nailing it already.
I'm second guessing my decision to share that. Okay.
By the way, do you know how many people second guess their decision to share everything with me because I'm like this. I'm like a dog with a bone. I'm like, ooh, no, we got to get into that more.
Well, it's so good, right? I mean, it is the most, I think we're doing an episode on this, or we're talking more about, and we're doing a parenting course coming up.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many people out there that are my age, a little younger, a little older, who are in that like indecision bubble, and the time pressure is just ridiculous.
Because there's a clock. There's a clock ticking.
Yeah. So it's a good that I feel good about talking about it, but it's also
right. Well, and I promise not to be too crazy. I promise not to start every email with future mom, Sam. I won't do that too.
Mom. Send me a sticker with like UCLA mom to put on my car.
No, what I would do is if I were this type of person, which I totally am, I would have Mary Photoshop a million pictures of you with babies in like either stressful situations or fun situations, and I would send you a new one every day.
I will take that. That'll bring joy to my life.
It's probably going to happen, let's be honest. All right, well, good luck, Aileen. You're going to nail it. We have confidence.
Yeah. absolutely.
All right, Sam, are you ready for our question from Luca?
I'm ready.
Hi, this is Luca from Germany. I've been meditating with Headspace for more than 4 years now. It's already helped me in many aspects of my life that would just take too much time to mention them all. There's one aspect where I don't see the progress that I wish for, and that's when I'm feeling restless or stressed. I have a lot of things in my life, like my wife, my job, my son, that I love dearly. I wouldn't want to change or miss anything in my life right now, but there's just always a lot to do, a lot to keep in mind. I see the problem. My mind is racing, I'm racing. Even when there's no rush, I'm rushing. But I just can't seem to stop it or really change it. And then, I get more stressed and I judge myself for that. So you see the cycle. And I was just wondering, am I just being unrealistic, or should I just be more patient, or do you have any other advice for me on this? I would be really grateful to hear from you. Thank you.
So first of all, thank you, Luca, for this question. It's not directly a parenting question, but I do think this is something a lot of parents go through as well. So I think this fits nicely in with our whole theme. But I mean, I'm hearing perfectionism out the wazoo in this question.
Yeah. And that very familiar feeling of restlessness and, the energy sometimes when you sit down and your mind is racing, and meditation also feels like the last thing you can do in that moment.
Yeah.
So first, I want to just say that there are other options for a seated meditation. And in this situation, Luca, what you're describing, it seems like walking or standing would be a great modification.
Yes.
It's not even a modification. It's just a different choice.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. Like this morning, I am very restless in the mornings. Like I just want to go, go, go.
Yeah.
But I meditate in the mornings. But today I started with 6 minutes of walking. So I walk very slow and I think of the words, I have arrived. I have arrived with each step.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It's a great, just like, here I am. This is now. This is my life. And you go as slow as you need to feel the sensations in your feet. And it's a really great measure.
Yeah.
Because when your mind has left your feet. You just know. You can feel it. You know the moment it happens. So I go like painful. If anyone saw me, it would probably relax them, because watching someone move very slowly can be very relaxing.
Like doing the Tai Chi version of walking.
Exactly. I'm doing it with my hands right now, but like the heel, arch, toe, heel.
That's my favorite part about walking meditation is like feeling your heel, feeling it roll, and then go up into the next foot. Like I love that.
Yeah.
And I'm very anxious as well. And like when I very first started meditating, the only way I could do it was walking.
Yeah.
Because I just couldn't get there.
Yeah, it's under taught, I would say, or people think it's like not as effective as a seated meditation, but it really is. And combining them, that's why I did 6 minutes of walking, and then I have a nice little alarm that tells me, okay, your next 10 minutes will be seated. But playing with it, starting with the walking and then sitting, or doing the whole time standing or walking, but also slowing down. Using the restlessness you're starting to feel as a cue to slow way down. And that means slowing down. Literally, you can just, if you're sitting at your desk, like just start to lift and lower a hand very slowly, or even the next thought you have, see if you can mentally slow it down. So you just say to yourself one word at a time, or introduce a phrase that's comforting and say it very slowly to yourself. But the tool of slowing down, I cannot emphasize enough. It helps me immensely. It's something I teach to children.
Yeah.
One of the first things I teach is like slow walking, which, as you can imagine, for kids is so painful.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you doing? What are you making us do? I use drums.
I'm just picturing
and stuff.
kids just like dancing as they're trying to slow down.
Exactly.
Those kids are so ants in the pants.
Yes, that's a really helpful tool. The other part I was hearing is about stress and our relationship to stress. And I've been listening a lot to Kelly McGonigal lately. Have you heard of her? She's a Stanford researcher, psychologist. But her research is really valuable, and it talks about how to reframe stress, because the stress, we're trained to think that stress is very bad for us.
Yeah.
That there's all these physiological effects from, cancer to shortening our
Hypertension,
lifespan.
heart attacks.
Yeah. But the way we frame stress can actually affect the way our body feels from
Right.
it. So it's really important to stop and go, okay, I feel stressed because I care, because I have meaning in my life.
Yeah.
So I would say in those moments when you're feeling stressed to stop, take a breath, slow down, and then to say, I am feeling the stress because I have meaning in my life, because I care about what I'm about to do, because I care about my child and I want them to thrive.
Yeah.
And also, she also talks about taking stress and utilizing the energy that it gives us.
Right.
So when we feel acute stress or that fight or flight response, that happened. We'll feel our heart racing.
Yeah.
We'll feel our attention becomes focused, but we're energized. I mean, we can get through. I think of times where I didn't have sleep and I had to do a whole day of like paying attention to someone and being very on.
Yeah.
And because I care so much and because I had the stress and the adrenaline, I was able to do it. I was able to meet the demands of the day. So there's nothing wrong with you because you're feeling stress.
Right.
It's part and parcel of a full, meaningful life.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny because I took this whole acting course type. It was like a whole program really. And one of the things he talked about, and it was like a game changer for me because I spent like the first, decade of acting auditions trying to be like, get rid of my stress, trying to be or my nerves and trying to be like, I'm getting rid of it. I'm getting rid of it. And then I just walked in like a crazy person. And he was like, he had this whole philosophy of I have no apologies and I'm back. And just coming back to your body. And he would have you do a monologue and you would like say the first line, like a man's walking through you'd say, I'm feeling stressed in my neck. A man's walking through the snow. I'm feeling tension in my jaw. A man is walking through the snow. And just the nature of that, like whatever I'm feeling comes out. And he's like, wherever you are is where you come from. When you try to stop a feeling, you just hold it inside and it gets trapped.
Exactly. It can feel scary to be that vulnerable and share. I might have told this story already, but about being on a plane and starting to feel a panic attack coming on.
Yes.
And I just had to tell the people around me. I told the flight attendant,
Excuse me?
Like, sorry.
I would like a seltzer and also I'm having a panic attack. And if you could put vodka in the seltzer, that'd be great too, because of the panic attack.
I mean, the look of confusion on her face, like, you're so calm. You're so
Did
calmly
you ding the
telling
bell?
me.
Did you ding the bell?
I didn't. I might as well just have held her arm just like to comfort her in that moment.
She was just like this.
It's ridiculous.
Oh God, that's hilarious. It's not hilarious that you had a panic attack in the flight, but it's like, tragedy plus time equals comedy.
Yes.
So,
But immediately I felt better just
Yeah.
saying it out loud, and people were supportive.
Yeah.
I always take the advice of Mr. Rogers to look for the helpers
Yes.
around me.
yes.
And I say that to myself before I get on a plane, or I just go, I'm going to be as helpful as I can to everyone I see. And we're a little community in this little metal tube, and it
Yeah,
sucks,
yeah.
but we're all going to help each other and say what we're feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of lost any sense of I have no shame anymore. Like,
But I
my
love that
embarrassment is
though.
gone.
I just love that, Sam. I've been thinking about it since you said that. It was so powerful. And it reminds me of what you're saying here, this idea of just like reframing your stress or
Yes.
like Luca doesn't have to grab the anxiety, hug it, and go to bed with it.
Right.
Like Luca can say, it's here.
Yeah.
I see you. And there's, like you said, there's other options too of letting it fuel you, like not making it bad, not making it wrong. But
Exactly.
there's just so much in what you're saying.
Yeah, and like you're saying too, like noticing it in the body and going, what are the sensations? I feel like the message that I've been hearing as I take in books and knowledge and wisdom, it's like if we can lean into difficulty and lean
Yes.
into the truth that life is hard and that stress is inevitable,
Yes.
and and let go of, or at least name the fantasy that will arrive at some point in our lives, at a point where we won't feel stress anymore, because that is a
when
fantasy.
that happens, it's coming. It's coming.
Because even the most successful people, people who have reached their definition of success, will tell you that they enter every moment with stress is their
With
companion.
the same fear.
Yeah,
with the
it's
same,
like, just bring it along. Bring
You'll
it along
hear
for
like
the ride.
famous stand-ups or actors like Meryl
Yeah.
Streep being like, I'm nervous. You're like, you are not Meryl Streep.
Exactly.
But she is,
Yeah.
probably.
Of course.
Still fabulous. I love you, Meryl. Call me. Love to be in any movie you're in. We're going to bring this plane into descent. Luca, that just good luck and like do all the things Sam said. I mean, really, I think that's it. Just do all the things Sam said.
I support that.
I'm gonna title this episode "Do All the Things Sam Said,"
and be kind to yourself.
Robin.
We end every episode saying this, but we can't say it enough. Like, please be kind to yourself and just know that you're not doing anything wrong by stressing.
Yes.
Right? The stressing is there; it's part of life. But if you can take that energy and let it fuel you, and realize that it means that you love, care, want to be the best version of yourself for everyone in your life, that is a beautiful thing, and that can open your heart to compassion.
That's it. That's all we're trying to do, right? Is just do the best we can. And all right, I want to give a very special shout out to our callers today, Angie, Aileen, and Luca. I mean, these were such thoughtful questions. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy,
and please be kind to each other.